everybody. Good morning here from Texas. Let me tell you what I got going on this morning, and let's get this day started. So I got this toy hauler here, and I've got a couple potential buyers. It's listed online for sale, and I need to be able to plug it up. So I've got a RV 30 amp plug right here. That's what this trailer uses, just a 30 amp, not a 50. Well, I'm trying to prepare this RV to sell it, and I hadn't ran the air conditioner recently. So I got the generator down here, and I'm running the AC. Well, the blower didn't come on. I heard the compressor come on, but the blower didn't. And I said, man, I bet there's a dirt dauber, a mud dauber, has probably built a nest up here in the fan. So before I went up here on the roof, I decided to check the one on the inside. And sure enough, I pulled the cover off the inside and look up in there on that fan, on that squirrel cage fan, and there is a huge dirt dauber nest in it. So I said, that'll stop it right there. It can't spin around. So I pull it loose and clean it all out, but then I could tell the fan kept wanting to spin around to one side and stop. I said, dang, on that same shaft outside is another fan. And that means it's got a heavy weight on it of another dirt dauber nest that's making it rotate around like that. So we come up here, and I pulled off the cover, and sure enough, there's two mud dauber nests, one out on the fan blades, and one was right up on the center hub, and they're really hard to get to. There was also two yellow jacket nests. So I had to contend with fighting with them, and I can't run very far. I'm on top of a roof. So I got as much of the nest off as I could, but I just now soaked it with some water. I got the hose here, did a little spray out, and I'm gonna go run it now and let that fan spin some while that mud dauber nest is wet. There's just a little bit of residue that I can't get in there to pick out, and we'll see if it's running smooth now. We don't want it off balance and damage something. Then I'll get the cover back on it, all the screws in, and I'm gonna clean off the roof. This is nice. This has a one-piece aluminum roof. No seams, none of that plastic roof or anything. It is a one-piece aluminum with aluminum roof bows. So, yeah, wasn't what I was planning on doing here right now. Hi, Mel. It's my assistant. Everybody, good morning from Texas. It's a Sunday, and I hope it turns out to be a great day. So there's my good old blackjack right there. Ain't that right, boy? Yeah, that's my buddy. Spending time with us before we leave again. And thank you, Sir Mike, for all the care you give him. Yeah, that's my buddy. So Mel's gathering up some seeds here for some things she's going to plant when she gets back over. And I've already got some also. And she's bagging some stuff up here as well. I've never seen big old fat okra like this. I don't know where Lori Ann got these. Don't even know what they taste like. But she had let some of them go to seed. And Melinda asked for some. And so Melinda's going to try some of this big old fat okra. I told her, man, what would you do with that? It's so huge around. Man, I told her, I said, you know, one thing, I don't know the taste of this or how it is when it's young and fresh and you slice it. But, you know, down in the South here, maybe elsewhere in the country, I don't know, they serve fried okra. And I thought, you know, that batter fried okra, which I don't really hardly ever eat, but it tastes good, though. This might be really unique for it because you would have a nice big slice with that battering instead of a little small piece that you're eating a lot of grease and batter. So that might be interesting. I'm going to watch as she does that and see how that turns out. Yesterday, the toy hauler got sold. You know, David was held up from being able to get on back to the Philippines because The last thing he had stuck back there was that toy hauler. So I try to, throw him a bone and help him out on that and all. And Mel and I, we had considered, using it ourselves and all, but it's just, we don't need nothing here like that. We just don't. And it's hard when you got each leg in a different country, and you're living a dual life. There's some hard decisions to make. I just didn't want to hold on to it here. And the whole goal was to help David, be able to set free from that, because he has sold everything, his truck, his bike, his house. They stayed in it after they sold the house. He got rid of all of his household goods and garage goods and all of that, and had to give a lot of it away, and some things just throw away. And then they sent a whole bunch of boxes to the Philippines. I think he told me something like 65 boxes or something he sent, which was still better than dealing with the pains of dealing with a container. So that was what was holding David and Ludi from being set free from having to make return trips back to Washington State from the Philippines. So we had it down here, and okay, well, we'll take it and use it, and all that. It was just going to be a strain on my truck. The weight of it and all was like right at the borderline. It was still legal for me to pull it, but it was just like right at the borderline, and that means I'm going to the max stress on my pickup. Well, I don't want to do that. So, and I don't really feel like towing something that size around everywhere. I like to be light and nimble. Wish my body was light and nimble. I try to get there again. So, anyway, and we made this other little micro mini toy hauler right there. A little 16-foot cargo trailer that I've been converting. And we've already taken it out on a trip, and it was successful even without it 100% done. So we thought, we need to get a buyer for that and get that moved on. So I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and man, I'm telling you, less than in the first minute and a half, I already had a response on it. It was just instantaneous. And then I had another response, and they started coming in. And so that was on a Friday, I believe it was. I had some make me offers. Oh, I'll trade you a ski boat. No, we can't do no trades, because this is about getting money, not about getting another item. I don't need a ski boat either. And somebody hit me up to trade for a Harley Davidson. Well, those things are a dime a dozen now. It's a 2017 model. The market's so flooded with them, and I'm not interested in having a Harley either. I've been there, done that, and I've got the scars to prove it. No physical scars, but you know what I mean. It's like, it was a good time at that time, but I don't need nothing like that here, and nor do I need anything like that in the Philippines. I just like my bike we have there, and we're not out to trade anyway. That's mute, because it don't even matter. We're out to just get that sold, and it be, just dollars, not some other item. In fact, David sold the bike that he hauled that, and he had to give that bike nearly away at such a cheap price, a big bike, because the market was so flooded. He sold it for, a massive discounted price. I couldn't believe how cheap he had to sell that bike just to get rid of it last year. So, yeah, the heck with that. And then I had some shoot me some lowball offers, and I'm like, that is just ridiculous. You're just looking to make a steal. Like maybe I'm a desperate seller or something like that here. But then somebody made an offer, or somebody had legitimately wanted to come look at it, and between there, somebody tried to jump in and make me like a good cash offer, but what they wanted me to do is they wanted to try to jump ahead of the guy that was driving here, and try to snag it out from in front of him. And I wasn't down for that. I don't like that kind of business. And he said, oh, I got it right now. And he's sending me pictures of cash. That don't mean nothing either, because that guy, you can say okay, and you tell the guy that's already driving from hours away, sorry, and he might have to turn around or something. That's sorry business right there. And then the other guy might not even show up after all his yapping, right? So I said, no, I ain't doing that. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like that crap. I've been through that myself, of trying to buy something, get all the way there and find out they done sold it before you got there. Well, we ain't sure if you're really coming. So I'm not going to be a low moral character like that. So I said, I'll let you know. I told him, I'm in the grocery store. I'll let you know about your offer when I get back home. But right now I'm buying groceries. So really I was just stalling for this other guy to get here. And him and his wife pulled up, and they were just cool people, man. I just read that they're just cool people, you can just read their spirit. They're really cool people. And I enjoyed them, and I yapped away talking to the guy and visiting with them, and they ended up being here for several hours, and they had already signed a contract or made a deal or something on a brand new one, a bigger one, and brand new at a dealer. And it was going to be like $50-something thousand, I think is what his wife told Melinda. And man, and they just depreciate so fast. And it was really bigger after he thought about it. He was kind of starstruck at the dealer. But after he thought about it more, he didn't want to deal with a big old thing, having to pull it like that and all, a great big one. So he was trying to find out if he could get out of that deal before he pulled the trigger on this one here. And finally, after a long while, he got an answer back. And I guess maybe he got out of the deal, and he proceeded and bought that toy hauler. And that's just another worry and stress gone. It didn't want to be leaving here and it sit here for another period of time and not get bought. Things will start to happen if they don't get used. So that's a blessing. Long story, but it's a true story. Some of you can relate to what I'm talking about on all that. And just always be honest and treat people fair. That when you're selling something, man, that stuff of people traveling a long ways and you don't even tell them and yank it out from underneath them, oh man, it's just bad stuff, man. You gotta respect other people. And anyway, worked out, and I was so happy to write the one guy that was trying to rob it out from ahead of them real quick, and all, and was so pesky. I was so happy to write him that I sold it to somebody else. yeah, so cool with that. So anyway, that was our day yesterday. We went out to Lake Ray Hubbard last night over in Rockwall. We went to the harbor. We ate at a really good Japanese food place, not one of these wannabe Japanese places. It was a really nice, classy, kind of pricey Japanese food place, and ate sashimi and real sushi, not these, equal to grocery store rolls with a bunch of avocado and celery sticks or something rolled up in it with some fake crab meat. So that was enjoyable too. We had a great time. It was very nice, and we walked around and enjoyed the people, enjoyed the vibe, the scene, and we brought our little tails home and here to enjoy a new day. So I got a sprayer mixed up here with insecticide, and I'm gonna go down here and spray around some grass around the edge of the ponds where Melinda can fish. She has really been getting ate up by chiggers this trip here, and I guess there's just a whole bunch of chiggers this year. So I've sprayed all the yard and around and places that she hangs out, and it's really improved. But when she goes outside that boundary, she's getting them again. She wants to go fishing in soda ice, so I want to go pre-treat some places for her around that pond, or we'll hang out so that she can have a little bit better experience. So I have not finished the barn. I hadn't even put one stick of time into it, none.
10. On the pad stands booster 16, a Block 2 super heavy booster.
Well, it's that launch time again. Hope it all works out. There's a little bit of storms down in their area right now that's blowing right in towards them, so it's a possibility it could get close down there and, you know, delay them and all. But I'm so optimistic. So cool that I was just there, you know. Man, just literally 6 days before this. So I'm happy I was there. I was really shocked, like where the tower is and the catch arms and all. I just couldn't believe how really close it is to the beach. I thought it was maybe 2 or 3 times further than what it actually is, but it's really close to the beach. That's pretty cool. Kicking it in Buc-ee's, but today I bought Melinda this brownie ball cap, man. I just like it. One of her little gifts today. I think she looks cute in it. Woo! And I got me a XXX chopped beef brisket because I really didn't want to eat a whole lot of bread, and I could even peel the top bun off, but I wanted a lot of meat. So anyway, Miss Mel, she got the Texas cheese steak burrito, boy, jalapeno and all in it. Bell peppers. Yeah, man, Buc-ee's is busy and kicking it right now, boy.
Not a bottle.
Yeah, buddy's right there. Yeah, buddy.